Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to practice SubD modeling by creating these stunning sculptural trees or columns. I don't know how to call these multifunctional objects. So they are located in Technical Museum in Vienna and created by querkraft architekten. So before, this place was like boring, a glass box with uncomfortable temperature changes and uncomfortable acoustics and all this stuff. And by creating these objects, these columns, this space transformed like in magic forest, I would say. So I am really inspired by these objects and wanna try to model them. So they are made of fiberglass and fabric. As I understand, this part is made of fiberglass and the upper part is made of fabric. And there are lights inside of them, and they create like a smooth white or blue comfortable light. So let's look at the pictures a little bit closer to understand how they to understand better the structure of these objects. So this is the night view, and as I know, there is a section. Yeah, this is the plan view. I think that this is a floor, and this is ceiling. So the part on the ceiling, they are bigger than the parts on the floor. And this is actually this is the section. So there is a structural column inside, boring straight column, and it is hidden by these tree or mushroom. I don't know how to call this sculptural shape. Yeah, there is also exploded view, and well, I think all these objects are completely not symmetrical. So let's get started and model this sculptural art object. Let's call it this way. Okay, let's go to Rhino, go to front view, and today we again will use SubD tools. So first, let's create a column, steel column, as in the original project. Let's create a rectangle. These columns are relatively slim, very thin, so let's begin from 0. First point of the rectangle will be 0, press space, and the size of the column, let's make it for now 400 by 400, but maybe they are even slimmer. So we will change the dimensions later if it will be necessary. And the height, I think it is so there are persons who are average 1 meter and 70 centimeters, I think. So I think that the height is at least 9 meters, maybe 10, maybe higher. So let's first make it 9 meters, 9,000 millimeters. So this will be our column. Okay, maybe we can even lock it just to use it as a reference. Or maybe let's make it higher. Let's make it 1 meter higher. I press and hold Command Shift and select the upper face of the column and move it with Gumball at 1 meter. Let's look. Yeah, and now let's lock it. Okay, so this is our column. Now, I think that it is the most convenient to create this shape with SubD tools. Let's first think what will we begin with. Maybe we can begin exactly from the column and then like widen this part and this part. Yeah, probably it will be the most convenient way. So we need create another SubD column around this column. Let's go to the top view. And in fact, we need a cylinder. Let's look how this SubD cylinder looks like. And so there are 1, 2, 3, and I think there are way too much subdivisions in the vertical direction. Let's see, vertical faces 2, round faces 16. Yeah, this is way too much. Okay, let's get started from the center. Let's turn on center and maybe turn on project for now. And let's take this tool, SubD cylinder, and let's change the amount of vertical and round faces. You see that the letter V is underlined and the letter A is underlined. That means that if I want to change the amount of vertical faces, I type in V on my keyboard and press space. And Rhino asks me how much vertical faces I need. Well, I think that we need at least 6 or maybe 8 because the column is high. Let's make 8 and press space. And now next, we need a round faces, and letter A is underlined, and we press A, press space, and round faces we don't need that much. I think 6 will be more than enough, and press space. Okay, now we need to draw the cylinder. Let's snap to the center. I have turned on the center snap, and this snap works not very straightforward. You have to put your cursor near not near the center, but near the object, which center you wanna check. So this box, for example, I just put cursor and I see the center is snapped, and I press with my left button of my mouse. Now the size of the column, well, approximately, well, let's make it like so. And now the height. We go to perspective and well, it should be the same as the column, 10 meters, and press space. And we have this cylinder. If we press tab, it looks like so. Press tab again and it is smooth. Now we can modify this shape. We can begin with these faces. Maybe we will not need them later and we will delete them, but we will see. As I have locked the column, I will not select the upper face of this column. I just will select the faces of SubD. So I select them and let's make them bigger. Hold Shift and move it like so. Let's look with tab. Well, it almost looks almost exactly as we need. Let's look at the reference. I think that first let's move this ring, this loop, slightly up, and let's also move this thing. Let's select it carefully. Oh, why the gumball looks like that's strange. It is aligned to object. Well, let's align it to world and move it also up. And let's change these two rings. So select all this part and with the shift. Oh, not with the shift, because if with shift we change scale in all directions, but I don't want to change this direction, scale in this direction. So let's do not hold shift. Let's change first red direction, then green direction, and I think this should be even thinner. Well, let's see. Yeah, so these directions should be much bigger, but this should be much thinner. So let's again select this loop and move it up, and let's look how it looks in a smooth mode. Okay, not bad. Maybe let's measure not libraries. I don't need libraries. I need a line tool to measure. So 5 meters and 4 meters. Maybe it can be bigger. So let's again select and again make it wider in this and this direction. And if we want to make it not symmetric, we can just move this part of the shape, and as you see, it really looks very close to what we have here. Okay, let's go down and create this part, the sitting part. First, I think we have to do the same, and I think that in this part of the column, we don't need that much subdivisions because the shape is not changing. So we can move these loops and these rings up, and as you remember, we can select the loop of edges with like selecting this way with a frame, or we can just select it with double click. So double click on one edge. Of course, you have to hold Command Shift to select sub objects. So you can hold Command Shift and select with the frame, or you can hold Command Shift and select with a double click. And so we can move these rings up because we need more details in the shape in this part and this part. And in the middle, we our shape is not that much changing, so we don't need that much subdivisions. But anyway, we always can add some more subdivisions if we need. Okay, let's go down. Same thing. I think that we can move all these subdivisions down because we need them. Oh, sorry. We need them here. And now maybe we need some more subdivisions already, or maybe not. Okay, let's select all these part, and let's do the same. Let's scale it in this direction with Gumball, with box, and in this direction to have like a basement here. Oh, we don't need this. Now let's look at the reference. So you see that here there is like a wider basement, and it goes even wider. So now again select this ring, and make them even bigger and wider, but not that big as the upper side. Let's look. Looks nice. And let's check that the height is important because people have to sit here. Let's turn project is yeah, I think it is very, very high. Absolutely not how to say, not proportional, not comfortable to sit. We have to move it down because no, not libraries line, because sitting height is around half of the meter. Now it is meter. It is higher when we need. Still, it is still higher than we need. I think I made it too big. Let's make it smaller. Let's select these and make it smaller and move it down. And I think that these we don't need to move down. Let's measure. I don't need libraries. I need a line tool. Okay, it's still, I think it is still too high, but we can change it later. Let's for now look at the shape. Okay, so now we need here some place to sit, and I think that now we do not have enough subdivisions. definitely we need some more to define this shape. So we need to add some more edge loops here. And how can we do this? With this tool, insert edge loop. We need full loop, and let's select this one, press space, and add someone. I think we need at least two. Let's look. Let's comment there. Let's do it in unsmoothed mode. Okay, insert edge loop, and let's use proportional mode and insert one here. And let's see. Well, yeah, now it looks better. And I think maybe we need one more here to be able to make this loop a little wider. Yeah, I think this is better. Now, maybe here we will need some additional loop to make this sharp corner, sharp edge of the setting. Well, but first let's select this and move it down, because we need to make this a deeper part to be able to see it. Guys on the website say that these setting also have a playful twist. They invite interaction, so kids can climb and slide, so adding some joy to this architectural experience. So we need to model this shape which like invites to climb and slide. So let's look at this shape. I think that we do not need these faces, but we need some additional edge loop here. So let's add it. Select this one, insert this one. Let's see. Well, yeah, looks nice. And let's delete these faces. Select them and delete. So there will be a hole, but there is no problem in this hole. And maybe we can make this and this a little bit bigger. Let's see. And maybe this part also a little bit bigger. Okay. Okay, and the whole, we had to do this before. Before adding subdivisions, we had to move all these slightly in the left direction. Now it can, because now it looks too symmetrical, I would say. So let's try to do it carefully. Select this part and move it. Let's look. Not this direction, the opposite direction, this direction. Yeah, I think. Yes, I think it is okay, but this shape should go a little bit here, I think. And this one. Maybe both of them. Yeah, okay. Okay. But still, in this place it is not convenient to sit. So let's insert. I think we need one more loop, and somewhere here. Yeah, you see that if we increase the density of the loops, the shape goes like sharper, and this is the way to create a sharper shape, in fact. Now let's select this, and I think that we can make it smaller, move it here and move it down. And I think same with this one, make it smaller and move it down. Or we again need additional subdivision. I think yes, we need here some additional subdivision. And also we have to move it down. Yeah, now it looks closer to the reference. Okay. Oh, and this should be smaller definitely, because there is like some strange changing in the shape. Okay. And now I see that the upper side should be bigger, much bigger than the lower side. We can see it on the pictures that these parts are much bigger. So let's do it in I think in this mode, unsmooth mode. And I think we even need to move this part and also to increase these two. Let's do it separately. Let's select this one, holding shift, increase, and even this one, holding shift and increase. And let's see. And now all this part. So increasing its dimensions slightly. Oh, move it. Let's move it here. Let's check. Oh yeah, I have some problems. Okay, let's see. You see that when you press tab, the size of the shape actually changes. So um, you have to keep it in mind that in the unsmoothed mode, it should be like bigger than you need. Okay, let's look. I think that here it is not very beautiful. Let's make it smaller and let's move it down and let's make this one, this whole loop. Oh, let's make it slightly bigger. Okay, and let's move it. So something like this. Okay, to update and to improve this part, the upper part, what do we need? Now I do not like this shape, and to improve it, again, we need some additional edge loops. And I think that it should be, maybe it should be thicker. Now it looks like too thin, so let's move it down. Looks better. And in fact, I think that again we do not need these faces. I think that we can insert an edge loop here. Yeah, and delete these ones. Let's see. Yeah, I think it is okay. So as you see that this shape is almost done. It is not that complicated, but looks really, well, amazing. I like. In fact, I'm really inspired by SubD tools. They give a lot of opportunities for creativity. Let's make like final view, what we can improve. Let's make some measurements. Let's measure. Well, I think that the sitting should be slightly lower. It is too high, not that comfortable, as I think. And how can we do this? We can select all these rings and we can use scale 1D. And important thing about using scale 1D that to avoid some unexpected result, I would say, you have always to turn on project when you use scale 1D in non-perspective views. Well, I can try to show what can happen if you turn off project. Yeah, and let's turn off center snapping. So I'm not sure that we will see. Yeah, but you see that there is some, how to say, so the shape has some problems. It's definitely not what we wanted. We wanted to change scale in the vertical direction, but it has snapped to some diagonal direction, and scaling is caused in this diagonal direction. So to avoid this, we have to turn on project. So this is important. Turn off project, then use scale 1D. And now we can snap to midpoint, and in fact we do not need midpoint, we need perpendicular, or so we need some vertical, straightly vertical direction. Okay, let's snap to the column, because the column is definitely vertical. So near is okay, near snapping is okay. And let's move it down to make it to move, to, well, 60 60 centimeters. I think it is a little bit higher, still a little bit high. And there is some small problem. This this boundary has moved a little down, and we do not need this. In fact, it should be a little bit higher than the column. So we, in fact, we have to move it up, like so. I think let's see. Well, now it is not that evident, and in fact, to be like to repeat this shape, we also need to add these little things, but I think that it is not that necessary. So we will just move this loop a little up, and it will be enough. Let's also measure the distance. 10 centimeters. Yeah, I think it is enough. And let's measure again. So we need make this again a little bit lower or smaller. So let's select, and let's again scale 1D. This will be first part, this will be the second, and a little bit lower. I think these will be enough. So measure. Well, it is a little bit higher than we need, I think, but let's leave it as it is, because this is like fast sketch to practice SubD, so we will not make this shape in reality. So let's let's have some closer look. I think that we need to move these rings a little bit up. Maybe make these two a little bit bigger. Maybe this shape is a little bit too sharp, I would say. Maybe we can move it down to make this this corner not that sharp. Yeah, I think it is better. Maybe let's look. I think that I don't like this changing in the shape, so we need to move these ring or loop a little bit to keep these directions like straight, not broken. Okay, let's look. Well, maybe now this part looks too heavy. Maybe we have to make it smaller, because it's a little like unproportional. Or we can leave it as it is, because, well, it looks not that bad. Let's look at the rendered mode. And it is a good practice to check if your shape does not have some strange changes in shape, to apply some like glossy, shiny material like metal or plastic, or to use tool which is called environmental map, or in a short mode, I think E-map. Yeah, this one, E-map. So we select object to apply this map, press space, and you see that we like have some steel material, and we can analyze how the curvature of the shape is changing. Well, it looks, I think it looks very nice. Okay, I think that we can leave the shape as it is. We can close this, go to shaded mode, and If we need to add some like realistic details, like these edges, um, we can extract them. In fact, we can extract them from SubD. Yeah, this one. Well, we can try to do this. In fact, let's. I would like also to make a little bit thinner in this place. Maybe even thinner here. Oh. Let's check that. Yeah, too thin. It should be not that thin, or we can change the thickness of our column. Let's unlock it and let's use scale 2D, not scale 1D, but scale 2D, scaling in two directions. Let's write scale 2D. Let's turn on center because I want to change the size of the column from the center. Snap to the center, project is on, and let's say that its radius will be 160. I think it will be enough, and its size will be, yeah, I think it is enough for steel column. And now it is hiding inside our sculptural detail. Okay, so if we want to add some these edges, what can we do? We can dupe edge, I think, use dupe, not dupe edge, extract, just extract edge. How this command is called? Just a second. Edge and dupe mesh edge replace. I think it was called dupe edge. Dupe edge, yeah, exactly, dupe edge. We select these. We have to select exactly the edges. So we need these edges without this one, but we will delete it later and press enter. And we can isolate them. And these one we can delete, and we can decide which edges we need. So maybe we do not need this one, and maybe all these edges also. So I think these divisions will be enough. And we can, so the isolate, so the simplest way is just to make a pipe, for example. So we can select curves, cell CRV, yeah, select curves, and use command pipe with the radius, how much, to make them thin, maybe 20 or 50, let's see. Oh no, this is too big. Okay, again, cell CRV and pipe, and radius, I think twice smaller, 25. And let's look how it is look like in a rendered mode. I think it should be thinner. Okay, again, select and pipe, 15. Well, this looks slightly better, maybe even thinner. Maybe 10 or 7. Yeah, because these edges, if they will be 1 centimeter, it will be more than enough. So maybe 7 or 6. Yeah, like something like this. So I think it is time to end our tutorial. You can create some similar shape for your design, for your projects, using this algorithm. So thanks for watching, and goodbye. See you soon, guys.